My dear students, welcome all of you to my new topic which is very important for you. Today we will discuss about the basic concept of tense. Tense is an important part of English language. But before going to discuss about tense, we have to discuss about the different opinions of different grammarians. According to the traditional grammarians, there are three types of tenses. But on the other hand, according to the modern grammarians, there are two types of tenses. They argue that there are two types of tenses because a verb has only its present and past form. It has no its future form. Therefore, there is no question of future tense. The modern grammarians also argue that the future action events are expressed through present tense and with the help of modals. Whatever may be, but it is my suggestion to my loving students that it is better on your part to accept the fact that there are three types of tenses in English. If any of you is not agree with me, you can take there are two types of tenses in English. But really, if you take both ideas, you will be able to express your thoughts, experience through different kinds of tenses. So, my dear students, come to analyze the definition, the aspect, the forms of tense very clearly. What is the definition of tense? Tense is a grammatical term which indicates the time of an action or work. From this definition, it is very clear that tense is the indicator of the time of an action or work. From this definition, two words, time and action. You have to understand about these two words very clearly, then you will be able to make a complete set of tense. Time. What do we mean by time? Really, time is the indicator. Time indicates the length or duration of an action. So, we can divide time into three parts: present time, past time, and future time. Present time expresses the duration, the length of present action, the action which is going on. The action which is going on is known as the present action, and the action that happened before now, the action happened before now. is known as the action of the past time. The action which is going to happen in future is in future time. So the time, the different actions, the time and duration of different actions are expressed. So time is of three kinds: present, past and future. The action which is going on is expressed through present time. The actions happened before now is expressed through past time, and the action which is going to happen in future is expressed through future time. Therefore, time is of three kinds: present time, past time and future time. From the definition of tense, we have found out two words. One is time and another one is action. There is a question: what kinds of actions are there? We can divide the action into four categories. What are they? They are simple or indefinite, progressive or continuous, perfect and perfect progressive. My dear students, these are the different categories of action. Simple or indefinite action whose length and duration is not limited. We cannot calculate the length and the duration of the time of the action that comes under simple or indefinite. Another action, the progressive. The action is going on and going on. And the action that comes under this category is measured by time. Another action which comes under this is the perfect action. The action that has already been completed 100%. And the last action which is known as perfect progressive. The action started in the past, continued in the past and is likely to happen in the future. Such action is known as the action that comes under perfect progressive action. In this way, we divide the action into four categories. What are they? Simple or indefinite, progressive or continuous, perfect and perfect progressive. Now, we are sure of the two words, time and action. When we merge the two words, time and action, we completely get the basic concept of tense. From the point of view of time and action, it is very clear that there are three types of tenses. What are they? Present tense, past tense and the future tense. Each tense has four forms. What are they? Simple or indefinite, progressive or continuous, perfect and perfect progressive. My dear students, before going to frame a sentence, the form of the verb, the the tense form of the verb is very important. So, it is my suggestion that you should learn, you should remember the different forms of the verbs in different forms of the different tenses. So, one by one, I will give a tense table of a present tense, past tense, and future tense. That you have to remember such a verb forms very clearly, by which you will be able to write and speak correct English. And it is my intention that I will prepare videos in a sequence by which the learners will learn the basic concept of English one by one. Present tense. Present tense, which has four forms: simple or indefinite, progressive or continuous, perfect and perfect, progressive. In this table, I will give the positive and negative form of the verbs. Positive and negative. In simple present, the form of the verb is MV1 or MVS or ES. MVS or ES means S or ES is added to the first form of the verb in simple present where the subject is third person singular number. This form is used. Its negative form is do or does plus not plus MV1. What is the verb form of present progressive? Is are plus MV main verb ing form. Its negative is are plus not plus MV ing. Perfect have or has plus MV3. Its negative form is have or has plus not plus MV3. Perfect progressive, present perfect progressive. Have or has plus been plus MV ing. Its negative form is have or has plus not plus been plus MV ing. In this way, you have to remember the different forms of the verbs in different forms of the present tense. Next, we'll discuss about past tense and its different forms. The verbs of past tense in different forms. My dear students, it is very important for you to remember all these verb forms that will help you write perfect and correct English. Past tense. Past tense. As the present tense, it has also four forms: simple past or simple indefinite, in positive MB2, negative did plus not plus MB1. Here did is an auxiliary verb in present progressive or continuous. In past progressive or continuous, the verb form is was or were plus MB ing. Its negative form is was or were plus not plus MB ing. Past perfect form had plus MB3. It is in positive form. Its negative form is had plus not plus MB3. Past perfect progressive verb form had plus been plus MB ing. Its negative form is had plus not plus been plus MB ing. These are the different forms of verbs in different forms of past tense. Next day we will discuss about the different forms of verbs in different forms of future tense. Future tense. Like present and past tense, the future tense has also four forms. Such forms are simple or indefinite, progressive or continuous, perfect and perfect progressive. Future, perfect progressive, future tense. Future tense. Look at the whiteboard. My dear students, see shall or will plus MV base is the positive form of the verb in future simple and indefinite. Its negative form is shall or will plus not plus MV base. MV base means the base form of the verb. Future progressive shall or will plus be plus MB ing. Its negative form is shall or will plus not plus be plus MB ing. Like this, future perfect form. It's the positive form of the verb shall or will plus have plus MB3. Its negative form is shall or will plus not plus have plus MB3. The last one is future perfect progressive. The verb of future perfect progressive in its positive form is shall or will plus have plus been plus MV ing. Its negative form is shall or will plus not plus have plus been plus MV ing. In this way, my dear students, we have to learn the different forms of verbs in different forms of different tenses, like in present tense, past tense and future tense. I will prepare videos separately on each form of each tense. But before that, you have to remember the different forms of the verbs in different forms of different tenses. Then you will be able to use the different tense forms in different situations that I will describe in my next videos. My dear students, it is my suggestion to you, please note one thing that you have to remember: the different forms of different verbs in different forms of different tenses.